Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Monday, March 24th, 2025. Today, this will be a big story. There'll be thousands of talking heads discussing this, wannabe pundits all over social media, and without a doubt, every single one of them will miss what this story is really about. Donald Trump says any country buying Venezuelan oil will face a 25% tariff. And again, I guarantee you, every single person is going to miss the ritual of why puppet Donald Trump did this today. Remember, the Lincoln Hope Riley story, the Tren de Aragua stories, every last one of them has been connected to the Venezuelan superior general. And he is the superior general of the world, known as the Black Pope. He's the leader of the Jesuits. He's from Venezuela. His birthday is November 12th, 1948. Remember, days after he turned 76, the headline broke that Trump was the first Republican presidential candidate to get 76 million votes. But notice, from his birthday to today's news is 132 days later. And this number is not arbitrary. Again, in Gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words, United States of America equates to 132, and this country was named September 9th, 1776, 132 days from the establishment of the Illuminati on May 1st of that year, when the Illuminati was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. Again, Arturo Sosa is the leader of the Jesuits. The Jesuits are the Illuminati. The Illuminati was founded in the time of their suppression, at a time that founders of this nation were warning that this nation could be subverted when the Jesuits came out of suppression. Of course, this nation moved its capital to the Jesuit stronghold, and George Washington, the first recognized priest, became so the year that Georgetown, the first Jesuit university, was established. And then, of course, George Washington died with a Jesuit priest at his side. Again, this nation's whole history has been controlled by the Jesuits, and almost nobody has a clue. But also in Gematria, Venezuela equates to 132. So does Catholic Church, so does Roman Catholic, so does split term. And remember, Trump is the first split term president since Grover Cleveland, who was the only other one. And Grover Cleveland's second term began 132 years before Trump's. And we told you that was going to happen 4 years before it happened, because we know who rigs the game. And if you're new here, how do you get these numerical values? It's based on the alphabetic order. There are 4 base ciphers of the English language. A, B, C is 1, 2, 3, up to Z is 26. The 26th letter, that's the most simple cipher. The next most simple is just running the alphabetic order in reverse. Z is 1 back to A is 26. And then also both orders with numerology applied. So United States of America equates to 132 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology. Venezuela equates to 132 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Catholic Church and Roman Catholic equate to 132 when you run the alphabetic order forwards. For the record, Antonin Scalia also equals 132. He was the first Roman Catholic Supreme Court justice, and recall that he died on the 13th day of the second month, the 44th day of the year, in the time of number 44. If you run it in reverse, Roman Catholic and Antonin Scalia both equal 219. You might recall that Antonin Scalia's body lay in repose at the Supreme Court on February 19th, 219. And split term's also 132, and you run the alphabetic order forwards. But I suppose for one more fast fact, from the Pope's birthday is 35 days after the Superior General, so it's always minus 35. So today's 97 days after the Pope's birthday. Roman Catholicism equates to 97. 97 is the 25th prime number. Pope, Vatican, and Trump all equal 25. More 25% tariff stuff. 97 days after the Pope's birthday. Again, Pope the big way is 52, like the 52-week calendar named for the Pope. And again, for anyone who's new here, look into the end of the 16th century, the century the Jesuits were established. They implemented the Gregorian calendar that says today's March 24, 2025, and they standardized the English alphabet with 26 letters, clearly setting up a system with the English language in the calendar. And again, you pay attention every single day. This is the way the rituals roll out. Poor George Foreman equals 129, dead 129 days after the Superior General's birthday. Big George equals 42. The very next day, Houston picks up their 42nd win in the March Madness tournament over the Jesuit school Gonzaga. Watch my video from the night before their win over Gonzaga the night that George Foreman death news broke. We said how it was synced with the tournament. We showed how George Foreman had 81 fights, 76 wins. The very next day, Houston wins 81-76. And don't forget, the first March Madness tournament was the Catholic school Villanova beating the Jesuit school Georgetown. Again, these people control a lot of things, from the puppet show that is the Oval Office to that's also your federal government, to your rigged sports games, college and pro. And yeah, it's sad because there's going to be millions upon millions of views covering today's news. And you start to understand where some of these promoted figures come from that put out nothing but nonsense and political divisiveness into the sphere of consciousness, why they're so promoted by the algorithm and why a channel like this is so buried. The one where people every day can see through the noise and see what a little puppet Jesuit-educated Donald Trump is, who attended Fordham. Until next time, Truth Seeker.